not everything is what it seems. Sometimes, what looks like a simple animal hides a truth far greater than anyone could imagine. This is the story of a parrot. A colorful, charming parrot locked in a golden cage, but behind his feathers hides a mind centuries old and a secret waiting to be discovered. Are you ready? The strange bird in the tower, in a grand palace, surrounded by flowing fountains and towering gardens, lived a young prince named Malik. He was wise, noble, and loved animals, especially birds. His favorite was a stunning parrot named Zizou, with feathers that shimmered like a rainbow after rain. But Zizou was not like the others. He didn't just mimic words. He laughed at the right moments, stayed quiet when things got tense, and often stared out the window at the moon, as if remembering something. Late at night, the parrot would whisper to himself, "So many nights have passed, but I haven't forgotten." The servants found it funny. The prince found it charming. No one suspected that Zizou was much more than a bird. Midnight unlocked one winter night. As the wind howled outside and the palace lay in silence, Zizou opened his eyes. He looked around with his claws and beak. He unlocked the cage door. Yes, he unlocked it. Silently, he flew through the dark halls of the palace, gliding past sleeping guards. He stopped at a massive wooden door, the entrance to the royal treasury. Then, without hesitation, he picked up the lock. Click! The door opened. He entered, gazed at the glowing jewels, the golden scepter, and the ancient crown. Then he walked up to a tall mirror and whispered, "All of this once belonged to me." He let out a deep sigh, turned around, and flew back to his cage. Before sunrise, he locked it again from the inside. Suspicion in the palace the next morning. One of the guards noticed something strange. The cage wasn't shut properly, but the parrot, sitting there, calm, cheerful, cleaning his feathers, nothing missing, nothing broken. The guards checked the treasury. All the jewels were still there. The prince was confused. How could the cage open? "No one has keys but me." Rumors began to spread. Was there a thief? A ghost? A traitor inside the palace? Zizou said nothing. He simply stared, and smiled quietly. The prince watches night after night. The cage would be found unlocked again. Nothing was stolen. But the mystery remained. One evening, Prince Malik decided to stay up and hide in the shadows near Zizou's cage. The clock struck midnight. Zizou stirred. Slowly, he reached for the lock, and as if he'd done it 1,000 times, opened it effortlessly. The prince's eyes widened. He followed the parrot silently. Zizou flew to the treasury again, repeated the same ritual, the same words, the same long sigh. This time, the prince stepped out of the shadows and cried out, "Who are you?" Zizou froze, then turned his head slowly, and he spoke. Not like a parrot, not repeating, but truly speaking. "I'm not just a bird, Mallet, the forgotten king." Zizou explained his truth. Hundreds of years ago, he was Zaid, a wise and just king. He ruled the land with fairness, until jealous rivals cursed him. They turned him into a parrot and sealed his palace under new rule. They said I would remain this way until one of my bloodline accepted the truth. The prince was speechless. "And I am..." Zizou nodded. "You are my great-grandson. You are the heir, the one they could not erase." "But why did you wait?" asked the prince. "Because only one who sees with both his heart and his eyes can break the curse." A new dawn the next morning. Prince Malik gathered the court and stood beside Zizou's golden cage. "This bird is no ordinary pet. He is my ancestor, a king cursed by the greed of men. Today I speak the truth. I give him back his name, As those words echoed through the palace halls, light burst from the cage. Zuzu's feathers glowed with fire and gold, his form rising and twisting in the air. Then silence. Where the cage once stood, now stood an old man, tall, regal, with eyes full of wisdom and sorrow. King Zaid. He smiled at Malik. "Thank you for seeing me." And just like that, he vanished into the light. The curse lifted, the soul set free. All that remained was the cage, empty, and a small note beneath it. Wisdom isn't in feathers, but in those who choose to believe. Did you enjoy the story? Then don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends who love magical tales. We have many more mysteries waiting to be told. And who knows, maybe the next parrot you meet is hiding a secret too.